Hello fellow gardeners, Joe Lample here, and welcome to another journey into the heart of gardening. Whether you're a seasoned grower or just getting your hands dirty for the first time, we all share a common dream, the pursuit of that perfect, bountiful harvest. Remember the thrill of starting your first garden? The excitement of planting those tiny seeds, the anticipation of watching them sprout, and the dreams of overflowing baskets of homegrown veggies that would feed your family and friends? We've all been there. Poring over seed catalogs, sketching out garden plans late into the night, investing not just our time, but our hope and imagination into every square foot of soil. But sometimes, reality hits hard. Instead of lush, thriving plants, we're faced with stunted growth, yellowing leaves, disappointing yields, and a nagging confusion about what went wrong. It can be disheartening, especially after all that effort. So, what do? We head to the garden center, searching for answers among endless shelves of bags and bottles, each one promising a miracle cure for our struggling plants. We buy synthetic fertilizers, hoping for a quick fix, thinking that maybe this time, this product will be the answer to our gardening woes. And sometimes, we do see a burst of green, plants that seem to leap to life overnight, giving us hope that we've finally cracked the code. But that quick fix comes at a hidden cost. Over time, our soil becomes tired and depleted, losing its natural vitality. The plants become dependent on those chemical boosts, and the cycle repeats itself, season after season. The real secret? Healthy, resilient plants come from healthy living soil, not from a bottle or a bag. It's the life in the soil that makes all the difference. I wanted a better way, something that would nourish the soil itself, not just feed the plants for a season. I wanted a garden that would get better and more productive every year. My search led me to old-world gardening wisdom, techniques passed down through generations, and a remarkable plant that changed everything for me. The answer wasn't more chemicals, but a self-sustaining system, a vibrant soil food web teeming with earthworms, microbes, and beneficial organisms, all working together in harmony. Imagine a garden that largely takes care of itself, year after year. A place where the soil grows richer, the plants grow stronger, and your harvests get better with each passing season. I found a living tool that does the heavy lifting for me. A plant that feeds the soil, supports the ecosystem, and makes gardening easier and more rewarding. And that's when I rediscovered the ultimate soil supercharger, comfrey. This humble plant is the key to unlocking a thriving, self-sustaining garden, and I can't wait to show you how it works. My big aha moment came in an old-timer's garden, lush, vibrant, and bursting with life. Every corner seemed to overflow with healthy plants, and the air was thick with the scent of rich earth and blooming flowers. It was the kind of garden you dream about, where everything just seems to thrive effortlessly. I couldn't help but ask the gardener his secret, half expecting him to reveal some rare, expensive fertilizer or a complicated routine. Instead, he just smiled knowingly, as if he'd been asked this question 100 times before. He simply pointed to a patch of big, leafy green plants and said, "That's my fertilizer factory." The plants looked ordinary at first glance, but there was something special about the way they stood tall and lush, almost as if they were the backbone of the entire garden. He explained that he rarely bought fertilizer. He just used this plant, comfrey, to feed his soil and his crops. It was a revelation to me, a completely natural way to nourish the earth without relying on store-bought products. Skeptical, but curious, I took a few root cuttings home and planted them in my worst patch of soil, the spot where nothing seemed to grow no matter what I tried. I figured I had nothing to lose. To my surprise, those cuttings exploded with growth, thriving where everything else had failed. The comfrey plants grew vigorously, sending up lush green leaves and deep roots that seemed to break up the hard soil. I started chopping the leaves and using them as mulch around my tomatoes and peppers, just as the gardener had shown me. The process was simple: cut, lay, and let nature do the rest. The results were dramatic. My plants became healthier, more productive, and more resilient than ever before. The difference was obvious, not just in the size of the harvest, but in the deep green color and vigor of the plants. No expensive fertilizers, no complicated formulas, just this one remarkable plant doing all the heavy lifting. It was almost too good to be true. It was a closed-loop system, simple and powerful, where the garden fed itself, and nothing went to waste. The comfrey kept coming back, season after season, providing a steady supply of natural fertilizer. I realized the secret wasn't in a bag, but in a living, breathing plant that worked in harmony with the soil. It was a partnership, not a product. This was the sustainable, natural solution I'd been searching for. My garden was transformed, and so was my approach to growing food. I finally understood what it meant to work with nature, not against it. The Soil Supercharge plant had arrived, quietly revolutionizing my garden and my mindset. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most powerful. Nature often provides exactly what we need, if we're willing to pay attention and learn from those who came before us. And this plant was the key, a humble hero that turned my soil and my gardening philosophy completely around. The plant we're talking about is comfrey, specifically the remarkable Bocking 14 sterile cultivar, a variety that's earned a reputation among gardeners for its almost magical abilities. Don't let the unusual name intimidate you. This variety is a true workhorse in the garden, prized for its resilience and productivity. Unlike common comfrey, Bocking 14 won't spread by seed, so you don't have to worry about it taking over your garden beds. It stays exactly where you plant it, making it easy to manage. Comfrey is a hardy perennial herb with a fascinating history in traditional medicine, but its real superpower is what it does for your soil and plants. Its enormous deep green leaves grow at an astonishing rate, quickly regenerating even after you cut them back multiple times throughout the season. The secret to comfrey's vigor lies underground, in its deep, powerful roots that can burrow as far as 10 feet down into the earth, reaching layers most plants never touch. These robust roots break up compacted soil, naturally aerating it and creating channels that allow water and air to penetrate more deeply, improving soil structure over time. But comfrey's roots do even more. They act like living drills, mining valuable minerals and nutrients from deep below the surface and bringing them up where other plants can access them. All those nutrients are stored in comfrey's lush leaves, which you can harvest and use as a powerful natural fertilizer or mulch to feed your garden. That's why comfrey is called a dynamic accumulator, a living nutrient pump that cycles goodness from deep in the soil right up to your garden beds. Cut it down, and it bounces back with even more vigor, ready to repeat the process again and again, season after season. With every cycle of growth and regrowth, comfrey is literally building and enriching your soil, making it healthier and more productive for everything you grow. In short, comfrey is the ultimate soil supercharger, a true miracle worker for any gardener looking to boost their garden's health and productivity naturally. Nitrogen is essential for lush growth, and comfrey delivers it naturally. Its leaves are packed with nitrogen, released slowly as they decompose. Add comfrey to your compost pile. It's a powerful activator, speeding decomposition, or use the chop and drop method. Cut the leaves and mulch your beds. As the mulch breaks down, it feeds your plants in the soil. This slow-release nitrogen is better than the quick jolt from synthetic fertilizers. It promotes strong, steady growth and supports the soil ecosystem. Earthworms and microbes thrive, making even more nutrients available. No more force feeding, just nurturing a living, self-sustaining cycle. Comfrey mulch suppresses weeds, conserves moisture, and builds fertility. It's a simple, elegant way to feed your garden. Nature's nitrogen factory, right in your backyard. Comfrey's real magic is in its ability to mine minerals, especially potassium. Potassium is vital for flowering, fruiting, and plant health. Comfrey leaves are loaded with it, comparable to animal manure, but cleaner, perfect for tomatoes, peppers, squash, and fruit trees. But comfrey also brings up trace minerals like calcium, magnesium, and iron. Synthetic fertilizers can't match this spectrum of nutrients. Comfrey acts as a multivitamin for your soil, correcting deficiencies naturally. You're building deep, rich, mineralized soil for years to come. No more bland tomatoes or stunted growth, just vibrant, healthy plants and a resilient garden. That's true soil wealth. Let's compare comfrey to synthetic fertilizers. Chemical fertilizers offer quick results, but at a cost: polluted water, damaged soil life, and long-term dependency. They bypass the natural soil ecosystem, leaving your garden on life support. Comfrey does the opposite. It builds soil, feeds beneficial organisms, and improves structure. Every chop and drop adds organic matter, boosting water retention and fertility. Comfrey is a one-time investment, plant it once, harvest for decades. No more buying bags of fertilizer year after year. The economic and ecological choice is clear. With Comfrey, you become a producer of fertility, not just a consumer. You're investing in your soil's future. Regenerative, sustainable, and free. That's the power of Comfrey. Why settle for less? Sometimes your plants need a quick boost. Enter Comfrey Tea. It's easy. Fill a bucket halfway with Comfrey leaves, add water, and let it steep for 1 to 3 weeks. The result? A dark, nutrient-rich liquid. Dilute it, 1 part tea to 10 parts water, and water your plants every couple of weeks. It's a fast-acting, balanced fertilizer your plants will love. For a concentrated version, pack leaves in a bucket with a hole, weigh them down, and collect the thick liquid that drips out. Dilute this concentrate even more, 1 part to 20 parts water. Use it sparingly. It's potent stuff. Comfrey Tea is free, powerful, and easy to make. It's liquid gold for your garden. No chemicals, no cost, just pure, homegrown fertility. Your plants will thank you. Starting with Comfrey is simple. Just get balking 14 root cuttings or divisions. Choose your spot wisely. Comfrey is a permanent fixture thanks to its deep roots. A sunny or partly shaded corner works well, even in poor soil. Plant the cuttings a few inches deep, spaced 2 to 3 feet apart. Water well the first season, then let them establish. Don't harvest leaves the first year. Let the roots grow strong. From year 2, you can cut leaves 3 to 5 times per season. Each mature plant yields pounds of leaves per cutting. A small patch can supply all the fertility your garden needs. Manage your patch, and you control your garden's nutrient cycle. It's a closed-loop system. No more outside inputs. Sustainable, resilient, and empowering. Comfrey puts you in charge of your soil's future. Comfrey isn't just a plant. It's your partner in building a thriving, resilient garden. It replaces expensive synthetic fertilizers with a regenerative, natural solution. For beginners, it's a foolproof way to build healthy soil. For experts, it fine-tunes fertility and boosts yields. Comfrey simplifies gardening, letting nature do the heavy lifting. It connects us to a more sustainable, intuitive way of growing. Building healthy soil is the most important thing we can do. With Comfrey, you're not just growing food, you're cultivating life. Join the soil revolution, plant Comfrey, share your journey and help build a greener world. Subscribe for more tips and stories. Let's grow together, one garden at a time. Happy gardening.